Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back, everyone. So, we are going to start our class with the opening prayer. Can I have GB2204 on the mic? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
मैं ठीक हूँ.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. You will recite the opening prayer. So, let's start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an. Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge. Ibn Majah, Hadith number 925.
Jazakillah Asnul Jaza. So next, I'm just going to remind everyone about our class etiquettes. So I hope that everyone did wuzu before joining the class. Make sure that you are wearing clean clothes and that your head is covered with a scarf or a cap. Make sure that you're sitting in a quiet place. If two siblings are joining the class, then make sure you're sitting in separate rooms. Otherwise, it can cause echoing sound when we get you on the mic. We do request that a parent or an older sibling should be present with you so that they can help you as you need, and make sure that you have used your correct ID. This will ensure that you are assigned to your correct breakout room. And lastly, make sure to stay till the end. Don't leave the class until we have done the ending prayer. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to focus on the rule of Tanween. Okay, this is a new rule. You haven't learned this before, so I hope you find it interesting. And it has been taken from the book Talimul-Qur'an. So for those of you who have this book at home, you can find this lesson on page 59 and page 60 of the book. Okay, it's lesson 11 in the book Talimul-Qur'an. Once we have learned about the rule of Tanween, we are going to practice using text from Holy Quran, and today we are going to practice Surah Al-Imran, verse 16 to 21 specifically, and this will be done in your small breakout room with your own teacher. At the end, I'm going to assign homework, and we'll finish the class with concluding prayer at 45 past. But after the class, you'll have 15 minutes in which you have to practice Surah Al-Imran verses 16 to 21. Okay, so let me go through the homework quickly. So straight after class, as I said, you have to practice verse 16 to 21. And then later on in the evening, you have to practice Al-Imran verses 22 to 27. And this homework PDF, the link to this will be shared in the chat as well. So make sure to keep checking the chat for the link. Okay, and I will go through the homework for weekend at the end of the class. So let's start with our lesson for today. So today we are doing Tanween, and Tanween means nanation or making a stretched nasal sound. Okay, so remember this, Tanween means nanation to make a stretched nasal sound. Okay, so remember there are three different types of Tanween. Okay, we have a Tanween of Fatha, we have a Tanween of Kasra, and we have a Tanween of Dhamma. And each of these have its own name. Okay, they have their own name. So the Tanween of Fatha is called Fathatan, and Tanween of Kasra is called Kasratan. And similarly, the Tanween of Dhamma is called Dhammatan. Okay, but how would you recognize these Tanween? Okay, how would you know in the Holy Quran that you've come across a Tanween and that you have to make a stretched nasal sound? Okay, so you can recognize these Tanweens by their sign. And the sign is basically, the sign of fathatan is basically fatha written twice. Okay, so two fathas written together is the sign of fathatan. And again, just like fatha, they are written on top of the letter. Then kasra, again, you can recognize a kasratan by two kasras which are written together. So the sign, it looks like two kasra signs written on top of each other. Okay, I'll show it to you in a bit. And lastly, dhammatan, again, it's like two dhammas, two dhamma signs written together. And again, dhammatan, you'll find it on top of the letters, just like fathatan. And kasratan is the one you find underneath the letter. Okay, so I've mentioned already that whenever you come across these signs of tanween, you have to make a stretched nasal sound. Okay, and another important fact is that a letter which carries the sign of tanween is called a Munavan. Okay, so instead of saying alif with the sign of tanween, I'll just say alif Munavan. Okay, it's easier. So remember, Munavan is a letter which carries a tanween. Okay, so let's practice a few examples. So here we have an alif, letter alif, with a simple fatha sign, fatha stroke. So we just pronounce it as a. Okay, it should be 1 second long, no longer. A. But when we have alif with two fatha signs written on top of each other, we know that this is the sign of tanween, fathatan specifically. So what do? I have to make a stretched nasal sound. Un. Okay, so make sure you are repeating after me at home. So again, we have alif. This time it has a kasra. So we prolong it for 1 second only. A. But when we have two kasras, it's a tanween. Okay, it's kasratan. So I will do a stretched nasal sound. In. Okay, and then lastly, we have alif with a dhamma on top of it. U. And then next to it, we have alif with two dhamma signs. So we know that this is a dhammatan. Un. Okay. So I'll pick some students now to go through this exercise. Can I have GB2409? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, so you're going to practice the first line again, the first row. You can say Bismillah and then we'll start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أ إي أ أن إي إن أو أن أن إن أن
Jazakallah Sunul Jaza. So let's do one more line. GB3109. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, we are going to do the second line now. You can start with Bismillah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On.
Okay, so let's stretch that sound a little bit. Okay, hold it.
Okay.
Hold the nasal sound for a bit. Very good.
In, an, tan, tin, bun, bin, ban, hin, hun,
Say that again.
hun, ha.
Okay, so for now we are practicing the tanween. If we were pausing, we would say ha, but let's just practice tanween for now. So how would you say the tanween?
Ha.
Okay, so when we pronounce the letter ha with the fathatain, it will be han.
Khan. Khan. Mun. Man. Min.
Excellent, Jazakallah. GB3121, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam rahmatullah. Okay. Okay, so this is a mixed exercise. In this one, you'll have words with short stretches. Okay, so short stretch of fatha, and then we have some examples with dhamma, and we also have letters with tanween. Okay, so fathatan. Okay, so let's start. How would you say this?
Nan.
Excellent. And then this word.
Samanan.
Okay, almost perfect. Let's try that again. Thamanan.
Samanan.
Very good. So remember to stretch the nasal sound. Okay, hold it for a bit. Okay, next.
Zan. Aradhan.
Very good.
Fan. Asafan. Run. Qadaran. Then. Juruzan.
Jazakallah sunal jazak. So I'll pick another student now for the second line. GB 12370. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam rahmatullah. Okay, you can start with Bismillah and then do the second line.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ban. Tasaban.
Okay, stretch that sound for a bit. Nasaban.
Nasaban. Ta.
Okay, let's just apply the tanween. Tan.
Tan. Shatatan. Da.
Dan.
Dan. Adadan. Ban. Talaban. Tafurutan. Tafurutan.
Okay, so again we are doing the tanween. Pan.
Tan.
Furutan.
Furutan.
Jazakallah sunal jazak.